A correlational study of screen time and academic performance of the psychology students.
According to Pediatrics 2022, there are two types of screen time, the recreational and non-recreational. Recreational screen time is defined as time spent using device such as computer, television, or gaming console that does not promote activity. While on the other hand, the non-recreational screen time is time spent using device such as computer, television, or gaming console with educational and active component. Positive impact. There are positive impact of screen time to student. According to Lin et al. 2019, screen gadgets satisfy user and prevent boredom during leisure time. It helps to prevent boredom and satisfy user by entertaining them like playing mobile games or scrolling through Facebook and TikTok. According to Zhang 2021, students benefit from convenience including effective social interaction, mobile learning, and language acquisition. Simos et al. 2022 says, students that has access to technology for educational purpose tend to get higher grades and be more involved in their learnings.
Is also a negative impact of screen time in our daily life. First, according to Judgment et al. In 2022, the prolonged use of electronic screen media is associated to sleep deprivation or inadequate sleep. Also, according to Respondek et al. In 2016, students who use a smartphone more than 7 hours a week are less likely to pay more attention to their academic performance. Lastly, another supporting study by Samaha et al. In 2016, individuals with a high level of smartphone addiction have a higher probability of procrastination among students, and it lowers their academic performance. The study of Atiman in 2023 did not examine the relationship between screen learning time and academic performance. Therefore, less is known about the association of screen time to academic performance. Thus, the purpose of our study is to determine whether excessive amount of screen time helps to improve our performance in academic or it hinders students' capacity to perform academically.
Digital distraction theory because this theory suggests that increased screen time can lead to digital distractions that negatively impact psychology students' academic performance.
Achievement goal theory. This theory suggests that psychology students' academic performance may be influenced by their goal orientations, whether focusing on mastery or performance in their studies. Expectancy value theory. This theory implies the psychology students' academic performance is affected by their expectation of success in the value they place on their academic tasks related to their screen time activities. In our research paradigm, screen time serves as the independent variable influencing the dependent variable academic performance among psychology students, aiming to explore the correlation between the two. This study seeks to understand how varying amounts of screen time affects students' academic outcome and engagement.
For statement of the problem 1, it asks the amount of time that the students use electronic devices. It will help to know how the amount of time spent on electronic devices could be a factor that can influence the academic performance of students. For the statement of the problem 2, it asks the academic performance of students through their general weighted average. The students' answer to their general weighted average will reflect their academic performance. For the statement of the problem 3, it asks if there's a significant relationship between the students' screen time and academic performance, which the researchers will find out if there's a correlation between screen time and academic performance of the students.
Now, let's move on to definition of terms. The first one is academic performance. This refers to learn and gain in terms of information may be determined by looking at grades, general weighted average, and other metrics. The second one is general weighted average. This refers to the student overall computed average grades in a single semester and use GPA to see if there's a relationship between how much time students spend on screen time and their academic success. The third one, electronic device. This pertains to the equipment that students are using for their screen time and AI-generated hardware that gives control to the flow of electrical energy. The fourth one, psychology student. This refers to the respondents of the study where the researchers can assess their screen time and academic performance. And the lastly, screen time. This pertains to the total amount of time spent using electronic device with screens such as computers, smartphones, and tablets.
Let's proceed to Chapter 2, Methodology.
Under quantitative research, we utilize correlational research design of non-experimental that will help us to explain the connection of screen time to academic performance among the psychology students of Urdaneta City University. We use quantitative research to measure the relationship of screen time to academic performance. By using quantitative research, us, the researchers, can produce objective data that can be communicated through statistics and numbers.
In this research, Slubin's formula is used to determine the sample size of the study. Slubin's formula, as defined by Wulandari and Cornelius 2019, states that it is used to only get the possible samples from a large population. The researchers will also use convenience sampling, which Winkler 2019, as cited by Schultz 2022, defined it as a way to gather data from those who are willing and most accessible for the researchers.
Now, let's move on to population and locale of the study. This study of focusing on determine of the screen time and academic performance. The respondents of this study are the psychology students of Urdaneta City University from second year to fourth year. The total number of psychology students, 369. By applying Slobin's formula with a 0.05 margin of error, the sample size will be 192 students. This study will be conducted in the premises of Urdaneta City University, located at San Vicente West, Urdaneta City, Pangasinan. It serves as the primary settings of the study that will the best option for the researchers to look into given their resources. The duration of this study is only until December 24.
On our data gathering tools, we conducted a survey to gather quantitative data on screen time and academic performance among psychology students. Specifically, we developed an online questionnaire to access various contexts of screen time usage and enable us to analyze its impact on academic outcomes.
This approval and validation process. The researchers sought approval from the university's administration and validated the survey questions by instructors from the College of Information and Technology Education and the College of Teacher Education. This included submitting a formal request letter defining the research objectives and explaining the data collection method. Next is informed consent and data collection. Before collecting data, researchers obtain informed consent from participants, ensuring they understood the study and agreed voluntarily. Data was gathered using a structured online survey via Google Forms, which allowed participants to respond conveniently through any internet-enabled device. Next is statistical analysis. After data collection, we cleaned and prepared the data, checking for errors or missing values. We used Pearson product moment correlation coefficient to analyze the strength and direction of relationships between variables based on collected data.
Treatment of data. For our statement of a problem number 1, we use weighted mean. It is a calculation that determines varying degrees of significance of a number in data sets. For our statement of a problem number 2, we use frequency and percentage distribution. It is the time number in each possible value of variables that occurs in data sets. Lastly, for our statement of a problem number 3, we use regression analysis. It is a method of mathematical sorting out in which of those variables definitely have an impact in regression analysis. Factors are called variables. Data must be gathered on the variable in question to conduct a regression analysis.
This questionnaire was designed to assess screen time habits and academic performance among psychology students. It has been validated by 2 instructors from the College of Information Technology Education and 1 from College of Teacher Education to ensure reliability and relevance for our study.
Here's are the references.
Here's the curriculum vitae of the researchers.